This is Jamie Drummond for Good Food Revolution. I am here with Laurent de Bosredon from Château Bélingard in the Bergerac, in the southwest of France. How are you today, sir?
Well, I'm great. I'm so pleased to receive you. Thank you for coming in any case. And I'm very pleased to introduce the Bergerac and the Monbazillac district to you readers and followers.
So right now we're overlooking your vineyards. It's quite glorious. It really is quite special. How long has your family been making wine here?
Well, the estate that you look after has been found by one of my grand during the 1820s, and he was living in the Caribbean. He married a lady from the surrounding, and so she decided to have a little vineyard, and they start the business. And then the son decided to live here, and he did. I am so the seventh generation in charge of the business, which belongs to the same family for 200 years.
And what kind of wines do you make here?
Well, we make both white and red on the 50-50 basis, and in the white some draw white, and overall some dessert wine, Monbazillac, because we are located in a village called Pompeau, which is the main village of the five which produce the Monbazillac dessert wine.
And which grapes do you grow?
Well, we create, for the white we have four kinds of grapes, including the Sauvignon Blanc, the Sauvignon Gris, the Semillon and the Muscadel, and for red, which are the Merlot, the Cabernet Sauvignon, the Cabernet Franc and the Malbec.
And actually, which is your favorite wine of all of the wines that you produce?
That's the well, I must answer on two ways. My favorite is certainly the next one, because I always dream that I will produce once in my life the perfect wine, which is a total dream, and I will never reach. So that's the first answer. The second one is really I'm French, so I drink wine with food, and it's clear that following the food, I certainly not drink the same wines. And so all the wine are my favorite as soon as I have the food which matches with.
How would you differentiate the wines of Bergerac from those of Bordeaux? Bordeaux being obviously the brand when it comes to French wine.
Yeah.
But what makes Bergerac so special for you?
Well, I think that there's three main points which make a big difference between Bordeaux. The fact that even when you are close, we are in the hinterland regarding the Bordeaux vineyard, which is close to the ocean, and so that means that the climate is a little bit more continental. Then we are on the slopes, so the average altitude is around 600 feet, and the kind of soil is deeper, certainly, than the gravel mainly that you have in the Bordeaux district. And so that kind of soil, that kind of altitude, that kind of climate makes give a personality to the wine, which is certainly different than the one which you mainly find on the right or on the left bank. And overall, and that's a wink obviously, the people in the Dordogne are so nice, referring to the Bordelais.
Sorry, I was laughing. Now, you did mention that there were many, there's quite a history of the Celtic Druids at this particular point that we're standing at right now. Would you mind telling me a little bit about that?
Yes, of course. It's a very nice story. In fact, the place where we are located, where are the cellars and one of the winemaking facilities, and the house is on the kind of promontory which is overlooking the valley, and that's is called Bélingard and gave the name to the estate. And that word Bélingard came from the Celt language, and it's a contraction of two words. One is gard, which means garden. The other one is Bella, which is a nickname for Belinos, which was the name of the sun god for the Celts. The Celts was migrants arriving from Eastern Europe and who come to the western part of Europe in let's say around the 70th century before Christ, and they was quite well organized, and among them was a class of people who was the architects, the scientists, and there was also the priest called the Druids. And the Druids was very clever. They had a lot of knowledge about natural phenomenon, and among them they was able to measure the intensity of the forces causing the universe, the telluric forces arriving from the center of the earth, the cosmic forces arriving from the sky, and the Druid determined that it was some point on which it was a kind of communication between the going up and the going down forces. And this place was consecrated to the cult of the god and goddess, and Bélingard has been one of these places consecrated to the cult of the sun god.
Now, you actually have a little sacrificial altar over there, do you not?
Yeah, that's right. That's in 1924, a big storm pushed down a huge tree, and under the tree was a carved stone, which has been identified by the scientists as a stone of sacrifice used by the Druid 3,500 years ago. It's not a huge monument, but it's very impressive because, I mean, it has been used for some human sacrifice at that time. Sacrifice both for the cult of the goddess Cybele, which was the goddess of the fertility, the goddess of the earth, and also when Belenos, the sun god, decided that he wanted to appoint or not some new servants following the skills, and the ceremony was organized there. And when Belenos, the sun god, didn't decide to give the possibility to the people to become druid, then there was decapitated and offered as a human sacrifice.
And I believe you still use this sacrificial chair to this day.
Yes, we do, and maybe I can invite your readers and followers because we do organize a special ceremony on every March 21st at 6 a.m. in the morning.
On the equinox.
Sometimes, and on that day we organize. We offer the people to wear the white dress, to come to the sacred throne of sacrifice, and we offer them on that precise time cup of the sacred beverage, and following the result of the result of Belenos' decision, we accept them as a member of the Druid company, or we kill them. And it's very convenient because we need more and more organic fertilizer in the way to grow the vine. We absolutely need to have some good flesh and blood to have a good fertilizer for the vine.
Well, I look forward to seeing you in March of next year.
I hope so, and I need you, in fact.
Thank you very much for joining us at Good Food Revolution today, and thank you so much for your hospitality.
No, it was my pleasure, really.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.